you for listening to another episode of Theology in Under 10 Minutes. This is a podcast about life and culture and theology. This is a Bible study for busy people. Every episode is under 10 minutes. And so it makes it easy for us to study the Word together as we work through these beautiful scriptures and mine all of the gems and diamonds that God's Word has to offer. So I'm here to answer the question, do all dogs go to heaven? I watched that movie, All Dogs Go to Heaven, years ago. And all I could think was, this is kind of creepy. I mean, there was this is a faint memory of what happened. Okay, so I don't remember all the details. I just remember there were some bad dogs and they were like really gangsta and they were mobsters. And the main character was only going to heaven if he made the right decision towards the end of the movie. Do all dogs go to heaven? The Bible never explicitly says that animals go to heaven. But there are texts where it would appear animals are indeed in heaven. Elijah was taken up to heaven in a chariot pulled by horses. So we know that horses are in heaven based on 2 Kings and on the book of Revelation. In fact, there are lots of horses in heaven, like enough for armies to ride on these horses. So if the regal, beautiful horse is in heaven, why not the beautiful cheetah? Or the eagle, or any other animal which God declares good, which is essentially all animals in Genesis chapter 1. Some also argue that animals are in heaven based on Ecclesiastes 3:19 through 21, which says man's fate is like that of the animals, all go to the same place. Okay, but this is debatable as to whether that same place is back to the earth or dust or somewhere else, like a spiritual place. Let's talk about the argument against animals going to heaven. People who argue against animals in heaven do so on the theory that man has something that animals lack. Men and women have the breath of God, the neshama, and only beings with souls go to heaven. But one should also consider that heaven is filled with lots of things that don't necessarily have souls. Heaven's filled with mansions, it's filled with gold streets, and presumably topography that's literally otherworldly, and why not animals too? And so furthermore, who's to say with certainty that dogs don't have souls? No one can deny that dogs are creatures of love. In the Holy Language Hebrew, this idea of dogs being love is confirmed with the very word used for dog. So the Hebrew name for dog is kelev, and it etymologically comes from the words kol and lev, which means all heart. Lev is literally your heart, because let's be real, dogs they just love unconditionally. I remember seeing a tote bag, or it was a makeup bag or something like that, and it said, be the person your dog thinks you are, because dogs don't treat us like we suck. They treat us with love and respect. And according to rabbinic tradition, the dog was truly man's first companion. Did you know that many rabbis believe that to protect Cain from being killed, a dog was given to him? So in Genesis 14, when Cain sinned against God by killing his brother, God banished him from his land. And Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is more than I can bear. Today you're driving me from the land. I'll be hidden from your presence. I'll be a restless wonder on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me. But the Lord said to him, not so. Anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over. Then the Lord put a mark on Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. There's various ideas of what this mark could be. It could be a sign, a token. The Jewish Midrash tends to look at the word as token, and they believe that token was a dog. Let's get back to the idea of dogs not having a soul. I think that if a dog was soulless, it would also mean that the dog lacked a spirit, but that doesn't account for the fact that animals can sense spiritual activity. Balaam's donkey in Numbers 22, he sees the angel of death and he stops in his tracks. Numbers 22 verse 23 says, when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand, it turned off the road into a field. Some animals are more spiritually sensitive than people. And I'm pretty sure most dogs, if they could talk, will tell you that they've seen some crazy stuff in the spirit realm. Like, if your dog could talk, he probably would spill all the tea about what he was really barking at 3 a.m. And I don't think any of us are ready for that conversation. So do all dogs go to heaven? To answer that question, we need to ask another question, which is, are all dogs pettable? And the answer to that is no. Cujo was not petable. I'm still to this day traumatized by Cujo and his antics. So only petable dogs would go to heaven. So why are only petable dogs going to heaven? Because animals have free will. Your dog can decide whether to chase a squirrel or mind his business. But most dogs, probably 99%, even the ones who chase squirrels, will probably be in heaven. So for this, we should all be grateful. God bless you, and thank you for listening to this podcast. If this podcast is helping you, subscribe and share it with someone who you think might be helped by its message. Thank you for listening, and shalom.